Today we're going to be doing our best to show you why grammatical gender is important in learning German as a second language. Just to be clear, grammatical gender isn't the same as biological gender such as male or female. Gender might seem arbitrary and that may be the case in English, but it's certainly not for German. German has grammatical gender categories such as male, female, and neutral. For example, what's the gender of a horse in English? It's male in English, but it's sexless or neutral in German, so it's not as intuitive or arbitrary as you would think to assign gender in German.
Grammatical gender does not have to respond to physical or biological gender. Gender is indicated partially by which form have the definite or indefinite article that a noun takes. Also, the definite article must agree in gender with the noun in which it belongs. In the gender class of the nouns, there are three different forms of the articles in German: der, die, das, which correspond to masculine, feminine, and neuter respectively. In order to demonstrate the importance of this point, if you would like to refer to a male member of a political Green Party in Germany, you would need to call them die Grünen. If you want to refer to a female member of the Green political party in Germany, you would pronounce it as die Grüne, whereas das Grüne can denote all that is green, or serves as a metaphor to the concepts of nature.
Consider a native English speaker trying to learn German, so we'd be focusing on L2 acquisition, but suppose the person is trying to learn German with the knowledge of English grammatical gender in mind. It has been shown by a study that native speakers frequently use transferring, which is using knowledge of their native language to learn the new language. In this case, there would be a lot of errors because the English and German gender assignments vary quite differently. When it doesn't work, the person will be exhibiting negative transfer. Negative transfer is when using your native language to learn another doesn't work. Remember when we mentioned definite articles and indefinite articles? Gender in German is really specific when you're using definite determiners like the in a sentence. More specifically, you have to know the gender of the noun, for example moon, in the moon before you use an article, which would be der since moon is male in German. However, indefinite articles like a moon doesn't work for you to use der or die because you're referring to the moon in general. This goes to show that using intuitive knowledge of gender doesn't work when learning German.
Learning grammatical gender is so important while learning German, we can consider it a conscious process. There's no way you can look up at the moon and say, yeah, that's totally masculine. It gives more reason to believe assigning grammatical gender in German isn't totally arbitrary, because if it was, we get it right most of the time. You probably would have to memorize the grammatical gender to maintain an appropriate conversation. How much would memorizing influence our thinking? Probably a lot, because you're memorizing a language and it's not your native language. Wouldn't it then greatly influence the modes of thought?